There's a girl to know, the sun to shine where she goes. How got banned, so we changed the game plan. Make them surrender, oh, with Ray and Rose. Where we go, I don't know. Let's have some fun. Hi everybody, pre-ban list Kevin here. We're back again with, I guess, probably one of the final things you'll see before, the ban list hits in. First we're gonna be showing, we got Baylor, we got Ray, we got Callby, we got Widow Anchor, we got Imperm. I know TCG, I think, updated their ban list, so Mystic Mind's still there. I guess it's further confirmed Masterduel is better than TCG, am I right, folks? But anyways, I thought this match was, or this is one of two matches that was particularly interesting to show enough, and you'll see why. So stand by phase. Of course, we always go second because I lose. It's the mirror. So they're gonna add Ray. Remember, doing that adds a lot of info, right? Because if it means they add engage, that means they didn't have a starter card, meaning the probably three other cards are like, I don't know, handies maybe, or stuff like Widow Anchor or Imperm, right? But they're playing Area Zero, which at the moment I think it's not ideal to play because it's more than likely a brick card, right? So they're gonna summon Ray. They're gonna know how to do the, I guess, free plussing, right? The pot of duality, basically. They're gonna target Ray. Ray's gonna tag out, right? Revealing or summoning to red Ray. And remember, because they summoned it through Ray's effect, you can't Shark Cannon reborn it. So they're gonna show Ash, Goblin, and Cypher and Gamma. They're gonna attempt to add it back, and this is where to get punished, right? So to get punished. So that means now they can't search, engage through Blu-ray. And I remember we have this for Blu-ray anyway, so they can't search like Widow Anchor or whatever. So now they're kind of low-key screwed, and they don't have real follow-up. So all you have to deal with is, I guess, this stuff, and that's pretty good. Oh, I should probably mention that I'm playing Super Poly at the moment because everything on ladder is basically Brandon Despia. So decided to play that. That's probably not gonna be useful. We're gonna go tag out the green Ray. Remember, when you're playing the mirror, I always stress, right? Number one, send Rosie O'Donnell to graveyard. Number two, activate engage as many times as you can. And number three, resolve multi-roll, right? So those are the three things you should always do. If you do those three things, you're probably gonna win. So first thing we do is send Rosie O'Donnell. Alright, just in case. Remember, because Striker for the most part can't OTK you with, unless, like, I guess, access code. Right? But now with Halcon Fiber is getting banned, it's even less likely for them to OTK you. So don't be afraid, They're gonna ash it. That's why we hold on to it, because we have a feeling. And it's, again, Striker, right? They didn't say any cards, so it's probably more than likely hand traps. They didn't max us unless they were dumb, so that means you hold on to the call by just in case, because the only thing left is Ash, right? And we saw them playing Gamma, so maybe it's Gamma too. But hold on to it. Remember, you're playing the mirror, hold on to call by usually, because you can get rid of Ray anyways through your Rosie O'Donnell. And also, usually I would never ever set my Widow Anchor, but we have no other forms of disruption, and just in case, right? So we're gonna banish their Ash, but otherwise you should never ever set your Widow Anchor, because it can get destroyed by, like, afterburners or something stupid. So now we have follow up. They have two cards, probably, bricks, who knows. And this is where I think they hit a huge misplay, right? You're gonna go on Hulk, and we have a set, so you probably know it's either Widow Anchor or Imperm. We're gonna Widow Anchor it. At this point, they have a card in their hand, whatever. Now do that, and they just quit. Doesn't make sense to me, I know it takes time with experience, but what I think they should have done is probably go on the green Ray and just keep playing it out. Remember, if you summon, even if you summon access code, what are you can't OTK me anyways, right? Unless they had Hornet Drones or something in hand. And if they had Hornet Drones something in hand, they could have summoned it, and I guess there'll be a Link 3, maybe to go into something else stupid, or at least get rid of it with the Area Zero, right, that they had on the field. But I don't know, like, just keep playing and don't, like, overcommit to something, especially in the mirror, right? Because you get easily punished and then you just lose. So that's how you play the mirror, right? Of course, come on, who are you talking to, gang? This is me. Of course I'm gonna win the mirror. I'm kidding, not really. But anyways, on to the next one, which I think is my rank up match, actually. Hello, we are back, and this is my rank up match, so you mean all the stakes. Alright, so we do double and gag, maximum cope, Rosie O'Donnell, pot of extravagance, so that either means Philanderies or Eldritch, probably Eldritch, right? There you go. So this card is basically kind of useless. You're gonna pay 800 to add that one, and You're gonna set 5. Oh, rip. Alright. So, how do you play against Eldritch and back row heavy decks? Right? Oh, we drew that. Completely useless. Alright. So we know probably one of these cards is more than likely a Floodgate. We know one of these set is probably that, right? So one of these cards is that set card, which means we got 3 mystery cards, maybe 2 handies, who knows, right? So, remember, you summon Rosie O'Donnell and they flip Robert, you lose. Basically, you probably lose, right? So our options are to probably engage and then, you know, either get rid of him back row, you play Jamming Waves, probably do that. But I, at the same time, would not blindly just hit something because then they just chain it and you just go neg 1, right? So, you have to play very carefully. So what do? I decide to engage first, maybe get the Ash out of the way if they play it. Alright, so we're going to search for Ray. Why do you search for Ray? Because remember, if they chain Rivalry, you can chain Ray's effect to tribute to go into Green Ray, and Rivalry, remember, is the same type, right? And so all the links for the Sky Strikers are all machines, so you could technically tag out to other monsters. If they flip there can be only one, I guess that's kind of bad too. But if they do that, that means they can only summon like 1 Eldritch, right? So we can probably deal with that too. So you're gonna tap the summon, you're gonna activate Judgment. Ooh. It says no. Right, we're gonna activate Engage. Now, what do, right? You search for the Hornet Drones. Remember, probably one of these things is probably a robbery or some other stupid Floodgate that we have to deal with, right? So you gotta be very careful. Remember, we technically have follow-up with Rosie O'Donnell for the following turn, and then for the most part, Eldritch can't really OTK you. Kind of like, you know, Sky Striker. Sure, they can make, you know, double Eldritch, but then they have to spend so many resources to do it. So, what do you search? Remember, one of these is probably a Floodgate. So, I decided to search Afterburners. Why? Because remember, we're very close to 3 spells in the graveyard anyways. I have a feeling we're probably going to use the call by to get rid of their Eldritch. Because odds are they probably would have chained, like, whatever, to summon their Eldritch either from deck or from hand or from Cursed Eldin, right? So, we're going to have probably 3 spells in grave, and then this one can target their, I don't know, one of their traps or whatever, and then that can destroy another Floodgate, right? So that's why we're doing this, to prepare, just in case, because we still don't know. So we just set 1, we're going to chain Hakuero, sure, to get a free body. You do that for some reason. So that means to me, okay, I guess they don't have the Eldritch summoned from deck. I'm going to pay 800, yeah, another Hakuero. There's Eldritch. You're going to target call by, of course we chain that to banish it. So now they can't activate another one if they had it in hand or do the graveyard thing, right? So call by says no. You're gonna battle phase, attack us for 18. Hey, what did I say, right? Now we have 3. I'm gonna elect them to go to graveyard to make Imduck, sure. And set 1, right? I'm gonna banish it, and then probably set the one Elixir, there you go. To search their Eldritch or summon from deck. Or graveyard. Well, not graveyard, but from deck. We're gonna draw a Ray, they're gonna chain anti-spell. Can't win, right? Can't win. Should have set that. But if we set that, you know, you never know what happens, right? They draw Harpy's Feather Duster or something stupid and you lose anyways. So I'm gonna chain that. We're gonna chain Maximum Cope. Hopefully we draw something good. Doesn't really matter, I feel like. Because that means 99% of my deck is basically spells. We chain Elixir. Draw a card. You can also save it for their turn, but I don't think they really care because they only summon, special summon like once. We draw that. We're gonna summon Ray. We're gonna summon Rose. Now, unfortunately, I don't play Nightmare Phoenix because I'm dumb, I guess. Because the only real issue was Imperial Order, right? We can mostly play through every Floodgate. Sure, anti-spell is annoying, but I think doing that is probably not a good idea. If I even had Nightmare Phoenix, I probably would not have gone into it because we know they're playing Judgment, right? So we do that, we make 1, and then there's nothing at all. So I decided to go into Zeke to banish their Eldritch. Attempt to. They're going to chain Golden Knight Forever, see? So to do that, they tribute. Right, so now we're counting down. So now our Afterburners is going to be even more impactful because now we know information, right? We know that's useless. We know that's anti-spell, mystery card. Maybe it's another anti-spell, who knows? Right, because it was summoned. Ray's gonna tag out again. Enter battle. Remember, you can double dip. And remember, hey, Rosie O'Donnell effect, right? Extra monster zone. It's gonna come out. So now they're down to 2 cards. I'm gonna attack again. I'm gonna chain Guardian of the Golden Thing. Oh yeah, remember that? All the way from turn 1. Right. For some reason they chained that, I guess, to make sure that they barely live. But yeah, this is all the way from turn 1, remember? So there you go. There it is, right? I guess they didn't know activate that. So We're gonna chain Ray to Green Ray, attack for 15, and hey, now they're down to 600. Guess how much life points you gotta pay for this? 800, right? So that means they can't activate this one more time. So now we know Afterburners is gonna definitely destroy whatever this is next turn, because I doubt they can kill us. They're gonna send another Rose O'Donnell. There's no reason to send another spell, right? All the spells are kind of useful at the moment. Go to Shizuku, set those two. Then we chain Walkero, set another Eldritch Trap. There we go. Scarlet Sanguine. That's perfectly fine for us. Voodoo Anchor. So we still know mystery card. I know a lot of Eldritch people probably play Lava Golem, but if they Lava Golem, that's also fine for us, right? Because either they get rid of it or we just get start beating down their Eldritch, and eventually they're gonna have to get rid of Lava Golem, right? So I'm fine with that. Which they do. That's perfectly fine. We can also access code, kind of. So we're gonna do the Eldritch shenanigans, right? We're gonna special summon it. It's gonna be 35, can't be destroyed or whatever, unaffected by card effects basically, or cannot be destroyed by card effects. It's just whatever. Summon another Eldritch. Remember, you can't go for Gam. Attack that. Ah, Yamado. Now mystery card, right? Now we know everything, and we're gonna absolutely destroy them. Because remember, this card is very important. And we drew that, which is kind of, you know, not that great, but still. This is basically Gam at this point, right? So what do you do? What would you do? Leave it in the comment below before. What would you do in this situation for Gam? You're only at 600, remember? So this is absolutely Gam. So here are your lines of play, right? You could activate this first, destroy that, destroy that. We still technically don't know what that face down card could be, unless I'm dumb. So we don't know what that card could be. It could be, I guess, another Golden Land Forever, but odds are they're probably not playing. I know Eldritch this usually only plays one of this, if I remember correctly. Remember, it helps a lot if you know what kind of deck people are playing and their ratios, excuse me. So I decided to do that first. Why? So we can activate spells and stuff, right? So we're gonna store that. Now we're gonna chain Widow Anchor to steal their Eldritch. It looks like it's not Judgment or whatever. Maybe they're saving it, who knows. They're gonna go on Adventure Time. We're gonna chain activate Faithful Adventure, search Peter Griffin. So even if they do something, we just negate it. Let's see, maybe it's robbery, who knows. Chain Peter Griffin. We're gonna chain Dogmatic of Punishment, sure. Destroy both. Gonna destroy that. Entus is gonna come out. Right, it's probably gonna pop another card. Maybe Faithful Adventure, maybe Peter Griffin. Peter Griffin, good idea. Now we go in access code and that's GG. Right? Now granted, what would you do instead if it wasn't we can't go into Alco Fabrics anymore, right? So we had Veiler and a Eldritch. Do they have any darks? No. But I mean your options would be probably just go into, well, that's not true. We have Eldritch, we had effect Veiler. I guess you could probably attack this one more time, right, with the Eldritch, and then link it off into like whatever link to you may have may not have. And at that point they have 0 cards. They have to set something to do a bunch of stuff, right? They could set a bunch of Eldritch, but I mean they used up basically all their money cards. So at that point, I mean, you have follow with Water Lady and a bunch of other stuff. And at the same time, like when you know the balance kicks in, I would not be playing like this kind of version of Sky Striker, right? Which I'll reveal when the ban list eventually hits. But at the same time, you know, I think we're in a pretty good position. We were probably more than likely gonna win no matter what. But yeah, so this is why I guess Alco 5 is pretty important. We could have gotten to like a Dark Charmer, I guess, and then link off, go in Celine, because we had a Veiler in the graveyard, right? So we could have done, well, JK, Lina. We need a Lina, so eventually when that comes, Lina maybe, right? Go access code, and that's probably gone at that point. All right, I thought that was worth showing, right? The power of just keep playing through. Afterburn is pretty good, right? And it's all about trying to be one step ahead of everybody. Anyways, thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. We'll be back on YouTube soon. Leave a like, comment, sub, whatever you gotta do here. Peace and love. Bye bye. This is my outro song for free YouTube monies. Give me some likes and sub for me, please.